As you may know, Mitt Romney is the most brilliant business leader in North America, according to experts like Jim Cramer and Jack Welch. There is much to say about his success, but this video is here to set the record straight on careless, dishonest attacks widely used against Mitt Romney. Critics falsely charge that Romney flip-flopped on immigration. The accusation is that Romney supposedly supported McCain-Kennedy in 2005 and supposedly instituted sanctuary cities as governor of Massachusetts. The reality is, sanctuary status was instituted on a city level outside Romney's purview. With a liberal state legislature, the governor was unable to act. Further, Romney did not endorse McCain's bill in 2005. He explicitly refused to endorse it. Romney did say that it was, quote, reasonable, but the 2007 bill is very different from the 2005 bill. The provisions Romney objects to, like the Z visa, were not in the 2005 bill. Accordingly, his position did not change, the bill changed. They claim Romney hired illegal aliens to work on his yard. The truth is, Romney hired a lawn care agency. The fact that some employees were illegal had nothing to do with Romney. Anyone who has ever purchased produce or other groceries has paid for services performed by illegal aliens. It is a symptom of the extent of the problem. It is not a commentary on Mitt Romney. Critics falsely charge a flip-flop on the death penalty because Romney did not execute any criminals as governor. The truth is, Massachusetts does not have the death penalty, but Mitt Romney actively fought to try to get one. They claim Mitt Romney flipped on gay marriage. The fact is, Romney has consistently opposed gay marriage. They cite Romney's 1994 statement supporting gay rights, but the term gay rights had a different meaning in 1994 than it does today. They also claim that Romney supported civil unions. In reality, the issue of civil unions was discussed as a possible downgrade from the marriage law as imposed by the state high court. At the time, Romney stated that he would prefer to not have either, but that if he had to choose between gay marriage or civil unions, he would choose civil unions. They accuse Romney of changing on waiting periods for guns. The fact is, Romney supports background checks, and technology has changed, so waiting periods are no longer required for conducting background checks. A change in technology is not a change in position. They accuse Romney of refusing as governor to comment on Bush's tax cuts. In fact, at the time, Romney was trying to pass a budget through a liberal legislature, and he wisely chose to stay out of national politics. They also claim that the total tax burden in Massachusetts went up under Governor Romney, but the numbers they use are distorted. In some cases, these critics include the taxes that were passed by the previous governor, which took effect during Romney's term. In other cases, these critics include taxes passed by cities that have nothing to do with taxes at the state level. The fact is that Mitt Romney cut taxes at the state level. They also claim that fees are akin to taxes. Surprisingly, many conservatives fail to understand the conservative nature of fees. A fee covers the cost for a special good or service, similar to paying a local business. When a fee is not high enough to cover the cost of the service provided, the taxpayer ends up subsidizing. Romney saved tax dollars by eliminating the taxpayer subsidizing of fees. To illustrate the conservative nature of fees, consider, if I lose my driver's license, should tax dollars be used to get me a new one, or should I pay for it out of my own pocket? The conservative answer is that the tax dollars should not be used. The conservative answer is that the taxpayer should not have to subsidize the cost. With respect to Romney's claim to have seen his father march with Martin Luther King Jr., they conveniently leave out not only the fact that George Romney led civil rights marches, but that Martin Luther King Jr. spoke highly of the idea of George Romney running for president. Another common charge is that Mitt Romney allowed for inexpensive abortion copays in his health care plan. In reality, it was a court decision and was not in the bill. The bill itself calls for privatized insurance. The court ruling requires the state to pay in the case of abortion. Also on abortion, they claim that Romney forced private hospitals to provide rape victims with morning after pills. The truth is, Romney vetoed the legislation. The legislature overrode Romney's veto, and Romney told the Department of Public Health that they had to enforce the law even though he disagreed with it. They even accuse him of flip-flopping because he said that in, quote, many respects, he wished he had served in Vietnam. They call this a flip-flop because on another occasion, he stated that in his youth, it was not his desire to serve in Vietnam. However, they do not use the entire quote from the article. This is what Romney actually said. Quote, "I was not planning on signing up for the military. It was not my desire to go off and serve in Vietnam, but nor did I take any actions to remove myself from the pool of young men who were eligible for the draft. If drafted, I would have been happy to serve, and if I didn't get drafted, I was happy to be with my wife and new child." End quote. And yes, Governor Romney purchased a lifetime membership in the NRA. They point out that Romney has not been an NRA member all his life, and they attempt to paint it as a lie. But lifetime membership is the name of the membership. Romney never claimed to have been a member his whole life. They are perhaps confusing it with Romney's claim to have been a lifelong hunter, which is an accurate claim. But they even hold that against him because he has primarily been a small game hunter. The fact remains, Romney has been a lifelong hunter. Every claim brought against Governor Romney is shown to be inaccurate. The truth about Governor Romney's statements and positions deserves to be heard